Here are some good builds to give you that edge if you're starting out in NHL 23. All of these builds should be fully available to you by around level 20. So if you're not there yet, just fill in what you can, apply what is missing as you go. The first build we're going to start is a puck moving defenseman. For all these shorter builds, I have the height and weight at 6'1", 160. I'm going to start with a defensive build first. What you get at level 1 with the puck moving defenseman is Send It. It's pretty good for those breakout passes. If you struggle with passing, this is a good zone ability to start out with. The thing about this, though, it's not that great because passing in NHL 23 is like passing in NHL 21. It's very easy. It's not like NHL 22 where it's very difficult to sometimes hit your man when you're making a breakout pass. This game, the gameplay for here is just like NHL 21, so it's very easy. Now, these two superstar abilities, honestly, could be applied to every single build. I have it pretty much applied to every single build, both offense and defense. The only difference for some of the builds is instead of having in reverse, I have no contest. Which I forget which one comes first in terms of how you unlock it. But I've been kind of rolling between stick 'em up in reverse and no contest. So it's up to you if you're struggling with this gameplay. Kind of mix around these three superstar abilities and see which one works best for you. The two boosts I have applied: Disciplined Stick, Disciplined IQ for your stick checking and defensive awareness. Now you can copy exactly what I have here or make small tweaks for your own personal preference. The next build is a playmaker. I would use this at center. Again, 6'1", 160. Tape to tape, very good starter ability to start out with. The rest of these don't really need to be applied. Magnetic is pretty much useless in this game. Again, stick 'em up and no contest. Helps you play defense. I'm more of a defensive guy, so I like when I'm playing center to be a little more defensive. Disciplined Stick, Disciplined IQ exactly to get that 84. Now the next build I have here is a power forward. I think this one is probably one of the most OP builds that you can use, because Unstoppable Force is a very good zone ability in this game. You are able to avoid checks and nudges in this game, and you're able to keep possession of the puck while you do that. As long as they're not hitting you head on, those angled hits with Unstoppable Force will allow you to hold on to the puck, which is very crucial for offensive pressure. I forget when you unlock charged hits and unbreakable strength. Pretty sure it's still early on. I like this so that you can be a little more physical and also stronger with this build in terms of the strength, hitting it 90 with this build, 85 balance with Unstoppable Force. I mean, come on now. That's a pretty good strong man right there. Next build I have is a sniper, 6'1", 160. I think close quarters has gotten a huge buff in this game. Not so much because of the zone ability itself, but because this year goaltenders cannot save close range shots. If you're able to pull the puck around the goaltender with close quarters, that will just ensure that you make it in every single time. 1Ts are less effective in this game. I haven't been able to see many people use 1T yet, so I don't know how that is. I know I'm kind of late with this video, so you've probably seen some people use 1T. Me personally, I have not. But close quarters, since you get this at level 11, you should be putting this on. I think this is very good. Make it snappy as well is honestly pretty good. So whichever one you would rather have on, I just personally like close quarters. Every shot when you're in the slot, as long as you're able to shoot it far side on the goaltender, you'll be able to score almost every single time. It's honestly the only benefit to this build, because defensively, you're pretty much useless in this game. Sniper is the weakest defensive build in this game. So the two boosts that I have applied, bounce back. You can only get injured once with this on, and it reduces your chances of getting injured as well, so you're able to keep your top speed and your effectiveness as a player. I have no contest just in case you can get those loose pucks to kind of help you out a little bit when you're going for the puck. Controlled wrister and disciplined stick. You don't need this if you're not going to be defensive. You could potentially throw on literally anything else. Maybe some more offensive awareness if you wanted to really buff that. Although I'm not sure when you unlock some of these boosts, so this one's kind of a freebie, whichever one you want to have in terms of boost based on what you have unlocked. Now, I could tell you right off the get-go, speed kills in this game. When you unlock just what I'm going to be doing. Power skating or whichever, durable skating, whichever one unlocks first. Immediately throw that on because you'll be able to hit 94 speed with this build, and you can even lessen the height, make yourself shorter and even faster, and you'll be able to hit 95 speed with the boost on. If you're able to do that combined with close quarters, you get around the bend, it's a breakaway cheese all day for you. Next build I have here is a two-way forward. I think this is honestly underrated because you're able to hit 90 speed with this right off rip at 6'2", 190. No contest gets unlocked at level 22, so you definitely could use stick 'em up. Very good defensive trait. Yoink, I don't really know. It's not, you get penalized a lot more in this game with stick lifts, so it's not really worth putting this on. Once you unlock stick 'em up, definitely throw this on. I have ice pack just because I want to be a little more defensive in my zone. If I want to block shots, I want to make sure I'm not getting injured with it as well. You don't really necessarily need this. You could throw on no contest or something like that, which I already have on. So stick 'em up, and then you could throw on literally anything else, bounce back, or maybe shrug it off, or pretty much anything you want here. Maybe total eclipse if you're playing sixes, you could definitely throw that on, get in front of that, deflect pucks. Tips in this game are a lot easier to pull off, a lot more OP. Your guy actually goes for the puck and pretty much scores on the majority of tips, so might be worth with that extra little screen to ensure that that puck goes in. So you could throw that on. Possibly relentless. The thing that what I like about this build, see, I have unbreakable strength and pass timing, so that's for hand-eye and strength. So you see I'm almost hitting 90 strength just like the power forward, but I'm faster than the power forward, so might be better honestly with this build. Maybe when you unlock unstoppable force as a superstar build, you can definitely put that on, make yourself almost on the same level as the power forward but faster. And when you unlock durable skating or power skating, you throw that on, get yourself to 92 speed with this type of build. It's honestly pretty good. That's why I consider this to be very underrated. I felt like I was flying around the ice when I was using this build. It's honestly pretty good. Definitely give it a chance. The reason I like this too is because look at the offensive awareness and defensive awareness, as well as the stick checking. You can even, you know, lower some of that, maybe apply yourself more for body checking, and now you're just a very dynamic player that can play both sides and is strong with the puck and fast. There's really no downside to this at all, really. Maybe the agility, but again, it's no different than the power forward. Well, what makes the power forward stand out? The fact that they can throw on truculence or unstoppable force. You don't necessarily need that to succeed in this game. I actually like this build. I think I'll be probably using this more often. Definitely in sixes as center, but even in threes as well, just to be that second defensive guy, second to your last man back who is playing teal in the back. Definitely a good dynamic build that can play both ways. I'll end with another defensive build. Defensive defenseman, 6'2", 210. What I like about this build is that you get stick 'em up as a zone ability at level 1. So very good starter build to use if you really want to be defensive. I threw on bouncer. It kind of helps you with those net battles in front of your net. Maybe if somebody's going for deflections, you can just, you know, put your body on them. You can even stick lift them so that they're not able to deflect that puck. Just kind of be that big presence in front of the net that nobody can really move. And then I threw on no contest just so that you can get those loose pucks. Charged hits, unbreakable strength. You know, you're able to dish out hits. I've got 92 body checking on this build. Now, I'm obviously currently using truculence. You get this at level 32, so this is more of a mid-game thing. I'll have another builds video for between like 20 and 40 for the levels, just so that when you start unlocking things like truculence, you can apply this to your build and how you would kind of tweak this build to be that pretty physical presence. But for now, obviously a starter build, stick them up very good. You can even maybe lower the body checking, up the defensive awareness and stick checking into the 90s so that you're that much better in your own zone. 88 speed, very good. I think once I unlock durable skating, I'll definitely throw that on so I can hit 90 speed with this build. And again, very, very strong. You know, you got 90 strength here with unbreakable strength, and you're just a big lockdown defenseman in your own zone. So very good if you want to be a bigger guy, dish out some hits, and just be a lockdown defenseman. Click here if you want to become a lockdown defenseman.